Have you ever wondered what really goes on behind the glossy walls of an airport? Beyond the check-in counters and security gates, where hidden technologies are quietly reshaping your journey in ways you've never been told about? Imagine stepping into a terminal where the air itself is alive with invisible signals, biometric sensors silently reading your pulse, facial scans that don't just recognize your identity, but can detect stress levels to predict if you'll become an anxious passenger, and AI-driven systems that know your travel intentions before you even make a move. These aren't the kinds of technologies airlines brag about in commercials, but rather secretive layers of innovation that are gradually being tested in pilot programs around the world, designed not just for efficiency, but to create a predictive web around every traveler. And while most passengers still believe the future of airports lies in self-check-in kiosks or robot luggage carts, the truth is far stranger. Airports are beginning to experiment with emotional mapping, where your facial micro-expressions and body language are analyzed in real time to adjust lighting, background music, and even the sense in a terminal to subtly keep crowds calmer and reduce conflict, meaning you're being nudged and influenced without ever realizing it. Meanwhile, underground networks of autonomous baggage pods are already in quiet trial phases, operating in secured tunnels beneath certain international hubs, where AI ensures your bag never gets lost by tracking it independently of the airline system, creating an invisible web of accountability. And beyond that, holographic gate agents, far more advanced than the simple projection figures you may have seen in some airports, are being developed to hold full conversations, answer questions in multiple languages, and even adapt their tone of voice depending on the emotional state they sense from you. A kind of digital empathy that blurs the line between human service and machine efficiency. And while most travelers assume delays are just bad luck, few know that some airports are testing predictive weather, routing AI capable of forecasting turbulence and rerouting aircraft hours before conventional systems would issue alerts, meaning that in the near future, your flight may never get delayed for weather in the same way it does today. Another little-known development is biometric boarding corridors, where instead of standing in line with a passport, you'll walk through a tunnel where invisible layers of sensors verify not only your face, but the rhythm of your heartbeat and even microelectric signals from your skin, creating a unique digital signature that is harder to fake than any ID card. And all of this leads to a radical shift where airports could eventually function like frictionless portals, where luggage glides underground, boarding passes become obsolete, and even the air circulation in waiting areas adapts to your physiology to reduce jet lag before you step on the plane. But perhaps the most startling piece is the quiet development of whisper networks inside terminals, where directional speakers beam hyper-targeted sound directly to your ears without headphones, meaning one passenger may hear a boarding call while the person standing next to them hears nothing at all, giving a surreal, almost sci-fi quality to the future of announcements. And though you won't find these details on airline brochures or mainstream travel blogs, they're already being seeded in secret trials at some of the world's busiest airports, pointing to a future where travel is no longer just about moving from one point to another, but about entering a living ecosystem that anticipates, manipulates, and responds to your every move. And while many people dream of futuristic flying cars or supersonic planes, the real revolution is happening quietly inside the terminals you think you know. So the next time you step into an airport, ask yourself, are you just a traveler or already part of a vast invisible experiment that's rewriting the very nature of global mobility?